congratulate you, beg for relief. And the all-consuming hunger devours and leaves you.
Oh, that guy could not hit that high note. That's probably the best part of the song. Alright, that's enough of that. So, that's actually how Gooba and I became, like, besties. That song is called The Hunger. It's on YouTube, and you can find it. The music is just as good as the video.
Oh my god. The
it
music
is
video.
got 73,000 views at this point.
Well, I've probably watched about 1,000 of those, Aaron.
Me too, probably. Because I just send other people to...
Oh,
it's
my
like when you
God.
show somebody else a really bad... like, it's like you invite your friends to see the movie Happiness. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to remember how we found that. I think the whole chain of custody went that Ashley from work told us to listen to Bangs, who was this rapper who you haven't, which I'm going to show you later.
Yeah.
And then it was one of those things where there was the YouTube black hole, where you watch something
and then you just follow it.
You scroll and you see other things underneath it. And it led us to The Hunger.
And we are so happy that it did.
And we're just sitting there at work at the end of the night counting money, watching this, playing this song, and we had to share it with the world because it was just...
We have to give it back because it probably had... It was the connection that needed to be made.
It was
you
amazing. It's such a horrible, horrible, amazing song.
So, what did we say we were going to talk about when we got back from break? I forgot already.
Traveling?
Sure. So, we are both somehow related to someone in travel, which means we get to get on a jet plane. But your story is when you were younger, you got to travel more.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about that?
My dad, well, we've talked about my dad before. He was a pilot. He's retired
Not
now.
Papa Gooba.
But Papa Gooba was too.
Gooba.
I came from a whole line of pilots. Remember? My
That is
grandfather,
correct.
his son, his other son, my mom's a flight attendant, my uncle's wife's a flight attendant, and then my non-sperm daddy.
Non-sperm daddy. Stepdaddy.
Well, he's not. He adopted me, so
Fair enough.
he's not. He's my daddy.
He's your daddy.
So there's sperm daddy.
He is your daddy, and what does he do?
There's sperm daddy, then there's non-sperm daddy. This is a non-sperm daddy.
That was like my two dads reference right there. If you don't know what that is, you're too young.
What about Junior?
Oh, God.
Do you want to see me get pregnant?
Oh.
This is what it looks like when the baby comes out. Don't forget to cut the umbilical cord. Okay, so...
Or Arnold could just chew on it, and he would just do it in one thing.
I could just do a whole entire show talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Please don't. I don't think anybody, even I, could tolerate that much Arnold.
Hey.
I don't think Arnold can tolerate Arnold anymore.
Don't you rag on Cousin Arnold.
No.
I don't know why. My dad always called him Cousin Arnold. So
Cousin Arnold.
anyways, and then my mom's a flight attendant, so we would go on trips with them sometimes. But we were talking about how my mom has 4 kids, and
when you have 4 kids, it's like I have 1, and that at times can be like an extremely difficult activity to get things promptly on time.
Yeah,
so
when there's, we're traveling and there's 4 kids, we had like a regiment that we did. We all knew which bags are ours. They had our names on it. We knew what things to pack. We knew, okay, if we're flying, we need to leave the driveway at such and such time, which means we need to get up at this time. And it was just like bam, bam, bam timetable. And it was a machine. It was a well-oiled machine. My parents could take us everywhere. But it doesn't mean that we weren't a pain in the ass in the car. But, and they knew that they didn't have to worry about losing us in the airport. We knew those airports pretty well because we'd been in them so many times. So
right.
we didn't have to worry about losing us in, like, Chicago airport because we knew where we were going. I love that airport.
There's a saying actually coming from Northern Illinois that if assholes could fly, this place would be busier than O'Hare. So,
Tell me that you went in the Puff Daddy Tunnel.
I've been in the Puff Daddy Tunnel.
Yeah. Back and forth like a million times.
with the lights.
The
Just
tunnel of lights.
Yeah.
The moving walkway is now coming to a complete stop.
every time that I was in that area I was really obsessed with Jamiroquai and that great hat that he would.
Dude,
Yeah.
I listened to the crap out of some Jamiroquai.
But do you remember the music video where he would just slide
Virtual
across
Insanity.
the room? Yeah.
Virtual Insanity.
Virtual Insanity.
Yeah.
Man.
But if you like funk or jazz kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they call them to like space funk.
Space funk.
They are awesome, and that guy's got a set of pipes on him.
That's not surprising. I mean, he's
a good
They were
singer.
they were around for like that one song and then disappeared in obscurity, but they had like a strong fan base after that one song.
They've come in with a lot of albums.
Which is good.
I don't even know. I wonder if they still put out albums.
They
I've
probably
never
do.
seen that they've toured, but they'd be somewhere.
He's probably like a DJ now, kind of like K-Fed is, you know.
Oh, they would do. I would go see them if they played. They'd be one of the ones that, because I go see concerts, but I don't like to go see. I'm not gonna go see the Zac Brown band 50 times. You know, people are like,
Right.
oh, I'm gonna go see Kenny Chesney again for the 5th time.
Yeah, it's like those old Endo Free concerts.
Yeah,
You know.
I'd rather go see that. I mean, first of all, I wouldn't go see any of them anyways. But to each his their own if you like that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't go see the same person 10 times. I'm gonna save my money and go see something a little bit more obscure when they come around, like Billy Idol or like.
I don't think Billy Idol is considered obscure, but
How often does Billy Idol tour?
well, maybe like 10 years ago, a lot, but now I
No.
don't think so much.
How often do you think Duran Duran toured?
Never, almost never.
They actually tour quite a bit.
Really?
But I went and
I'm
saw
not a Duran
them.
Duran fan, so
How often do you think Sigur Rós tours around here?
almost fucking never.
They never come here.
That's just
Radiohead
because
never comes
you had a
here.
school with a lot of money that allowed him to come here, and the student union at that
Yeah.
time was like, "We're gonna get Sugar Ross here."
Dude, I was telling you, I went to that concert with Ashley, and we were enhanced. But besides that, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was such a crazy emotional show. It was crazy.
You
And
know,
what? I'd rather spend an extra $20 and experience that than singing Chicken Fried for the 90,000th fucking time.
Right. There's a
Sorry.
band like that, you know. A lot of the bands that I see now, because I'm on the $10 or under budget shows. So, you know, when I go see a concert, I'll go see a couple of bands, especially some local bands that are really popular. And, you know, I'll go see our guest band too, because it was highly entertaining to see them live. But, like, there's a band called Jillian Carter who's local around here, and they always have like $5 shows. You know, the old punk rock $5 show, you know, go to your friend's house and
Jillian Carter?
yeah. They named it after like their gym teacher or something like that. They did the whole like Led and Zeppelin thing, you know, like Led was one thing and Zeppelin was another thing, and they just put it together.
What do you get?
What?
Nothing. You put them together. I said, what do you
Put
get?
I guess Jillian and someone with the last name Carter, and they've kind of run with it. So yeah, well,
Looks like you have a buddy.
I got my Pharaoh cat here tonight.
Get a nice furry arm
Got a
rest.
nice little Finks going on.
That's Jerry.
That's Jerry the Finks cat. I'm gonna call him Jerry the Finks cat.
He does look like a little sphinx.
So, but the last concert that I went to that was like a major one was I actually didn't pay for, which was the Orlando Calling, which was like 5-6 years ago when I was still working at a Starbucks drive-thru, and I got some free tickets to go see the Pixies.
Oh.
So, and at the same time, the Roots were playing. So,
Ooh.
and Less Than Jake, but Less Than Jake around here is like, you know, hitting a lawyer with a rock. You can, you
Yeah.
know, Jose Baez is somewhere around, you know. So, it's just, it was just being able to see the Pixies and
Pretty
saying,
cool.
yeah, they're terrible live, you know. They're,
I heard that.
yeah. I wish they would have played more off like Debaser and stuff like that, but they played all their Where Is My Mind and all the Where Is My Mind cover songs of Where Is My Mind. That's what it felt like the whole
Sucks
concert
'cause
was.
you know why? You want to know why that song got such a resurgence was because of Fight Club.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Which
a
I
perfect
can't-
movie for
which
that.
I can't, begrudge Fight Club. I mean, they had a pretty solid. That's a good soundtrack, you
Yeah.
know. But
Was it the Dust Brothers or the Chemical Brothers who did like most of the music for that? I think it was the Dust Brothers.
I can't remember.
I'll look it up here in a sec. I'll use my trusty friend Google.
Oh, man, crazy soundtracks. I walked into, well, it wasn't a soundtrack, but I walked into my boss, and she was playing Daft Punk today.
I think Daft Punk is extremely overrated.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
I'm going to say
I walked in there and
Daft
I was
Punk's
like,
overrated.
I like this song. I was
Yeah.
like, Daft Punk. I was pretty impressed.
Was it from the Tron soundtrack?
It wasn't that. It was from the last album, just the future. What the hell is what the heck? Sensory something. I can't remember.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah. No, but the Tron soundtrack was amazing.
Yeah, that
you
was
didn't
actually...
like that soundtrack?
No, it was all right.
Oh my God! When I saw what they were doing the soundtrack, I almost peed myself. And then, did you like that movie? Because I thought that movie was amazing.
Which one?
Tron.
Yes, it was the
Tron?
Dust Brothers who did Fight Club.
Okay.
So they were the musical composers behind all the cutscenes.
The newer Tron movie.
Yeah.
Tron Legacy. I thought it was amazing. I was so good.
Yeah.
You're crazy if you didn't like it.
I mean, I liked it.
But do you like futuristic stuff like that?
I just saw Blade Runner 2049. Of course
So
I saw
good.
it.
Did you like it?
Oh my God. The first time I saw it, I fell asleep because I was on...
What?
I was so tired. I worked like 30 hours that week.
fell-
It was during Christmas.
I mean, it's not but neither was the first one. They're not
No,
very
I
fast-paced.
knew what I was getting into when I saw it. I was
So
just
good.
It was just like it was my final day off. You know what I mean? It was my first day off in like 9 days of being on straight, and I just
Well, did you watch the whole
I
thing?
rewatched it.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
It's
After I
amazing.
rewatched it, actually the first time I tried to go see it, the speaker was broken in the movie theater. So every time that it got like that low buzz, it was like.
Which is the whole damn movie.
Which is the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
You know, and...
Oh, my God. Guys, do yourself a favor. First of all, this is going to come as a surprise to everyone.
Yeah.
What do you think? You would assume that my all-time favorite sci-fi movie would be Star Wars, right?
Right, yeah. Is it Blade Runner?
It's Blade Runner.
Fuck yeah.
The original Blade Runner.
Yeah, which version of it do you like? The original, the director's cut, the director's master cuts? I mean, there's so many different fucking versions of it.
I like the director's cut the best, but I don't know.
That movie made me fall in love with Ridley Scott because I didn't really know who he was.
Yeah.
And then all of the crazy... Anything that he does sci-fi, I go see. But anything he does, like, I'm not...
It's like one of my fondest memories of Non-Sperm Daddy is he introduced us to that movie. And
Blade Runner?
Yeah, he had it on, like, Laserdisc.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we used to watch all kinds of stuff on Laserdisc. Like, we would on the weekends, one day a week, we'd go in my parents' room and we'd put a movie on the Laserdisc and we'd pile in the floor like in a dog pile and we'd watch the movies like Bond, Blade Runner, all kinds of stuff. And my dad had this entertainment center and it had all kinds of little lights on it, indicator knobs and stuff like that. So we turned the lights off.
It was like a whole movie theater.
And it looked like little planets. Like, it looked like you were in space with all the little lights in this.
Right.
And then he'd put on Blade Runner. He had these tall-ass speakers that were almost as tall as the ceiling. And you just have that boom, the evangelist, that, like, just crazy soundtrack blasting in the room. And I just thought...
It is a nutty soundtrack, too.
And I just thought, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen and heard. And
so it's kind of like it's not only to the fact that it's like it's a good memory to look back on, and the love and affliction of the film as well.
Oh, it's
because
so good.
It's like, oh, that's fucking movie night. That's what movie nights are supposed to be.
My dad and my older brother, they're like my sci-fi people. Now, Tino loves sci-fi too, which is great. We've been watching a lot of sci-fi lately.
Have you seen the shit on Netflix, Altered Carbon?
It's amazing.
It is damn amazing.
It's because it draws a lot of similarities from Blade Runner.
It does.
It's so Blade Runner.
Now, I recently saw a movie that I thought was going to be a little bit more sci-fi, but it ended up being a lot more political, was Red Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, did I love it.
Oh, you did?
I absolutely thought it was fantastic. Now, you know, I didn't know what it was about. I knew it was about something about spies, but I really wasn't actually going to go see it until I read this article recently where they said that the guy who wrote like the trilogy of it is an ex-CIA, and he helped direct the